Okay, let's do a guitar lesson, shall we? I chose this song because it's easy to play, it's a great lesson, and it kind of focuses on the right hand, which is kind of vital for guitar. As far as guitar goes, think of the left hand as the hand of articulation. That's where you get your little details. And think of your right hand as the acceleration, almost like a gas pedal. So you can take a note, just say like open E. I'm just going to mute these strings. But you can take open E and go, or you can go. So yeah, think of this as the acceleration, kind of your gas pedal. Think of your left hand as the articulation. That's where you're going to get your notes. And before we dive in, let's talk about up and down. Music itself is more focused on the ears than the eyes. So that being said, you might look at this is down and this is up. But when you listen to it, this is lower and this is higher. So with me, I'm going to call this down and this up. In the same sense, when I move this direction, I'm going to call that down. When I move this direction, I'm going to call it up. And as you hear, it's getting higher as I go up, or it's going to go lower as I go down. With that out of the way, let's talk about this song. This song is built around 5 basic chords. There's E minor, which is open E string, or 6th string. Your 5th string, right here, A string, you'll put your first finger on the 2nd fret, and then you want to normally play close to the frets, but this one is going to put 2 fingers in basically the same area, so I'm going to slide it back a little bit. So far we've got open E, B, and then E again. And you'll notice that 2nd fret, 1st finger, the D string, I'm going to put the middle finger on the 2nd fret. And what I want to do is keep it to where when I play this next string, I don't want it to buzz or be muted. So what I'm going to do is slide this a little bit in a direction to where it'll ring out. Altogether, that chord should sound like this. The next chord is D major, or we just call it D. You're going to want to start on your 4th string, the D string. You're not going to play these 2 strings at all. The 5th and the 6th string, you're not even going to play. So what I'll do sometimes is mute. I'll put my finger right here, or my hand, so those don't even sound. That may take practice, so for now we'll just focus on play your open D. Put the 1st finger on the G string or 3rd string, 2nd fret, and you see it's kind of closer to that fret right there. 3rd finger on the B string or 2nd string, 3rd fret, and then the 1st string, 2nd fret. And you'll see they're a little bit out of alignment, but they're still they're fretting that note. What you end up with is the next chord you'll hear is C major, or C. Now what you do there is you're going to mute or not play the 6th string right here, the E string. You're not even going to play it. You're going to play the A string 3rd fret, the D string or 4th string 2nd fret. So you're going to use your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret note, your middle finger on the 2nd fret note. The next one is going to stay open. Now if you fret those notes and you hear that one's muted, then you need to move these fingers up a little bit this direction to create the space. The next string, the B string or 2nd string, you're going to use your 1st finger. And you're going to notice that there's 3rd fret, 3rd finger, 2nd fret, 2nd finger, 1st fret, 1st finger. Now moving those all together. See, that's what a buzz sounds like, so you don't want to do that. So you want to move your fingers in a way to where it creates space for that string to ring out. In the chorus, you're going to hear a G chord or G major. What you do there is take the middle finger on the 3rd fret of the E string or 6th string, the lowest one. You're going to want to take your 1st finger, put it on the 2nd fret of the A string. You're going to let this one be open, this one be open. There's 2 ways of doing G. One is this way. The other is this way. Either one of those is a G. It's a long story. We'll cover that in a future lesson. But for now, middle finger, 6th string, 3rd fret. 1st finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret. Leave this open, leave this open, leave this open, or fret the 3rd fret if you want to get that note. You do the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and the pinky finger on the 1st string, 3rd fret, and it sounds like this. The last chord this song will feature is an A major chord or an A chord. So you'll leave your A string, 5th string open. The D string, you're going to want to put your 1st finger on the 2nd fret, and you notice I kind of slid it back a little bit. You don't want to put it all the way to where it goes. So you want to put it in just a way to where it'll make a sound. You want to put your middle finger on the G string or 3rd string, 2nd fret. And then you're going to want to put your 3rd finger on the 2nd string, also 2nd fret. So you may have to move those a little bit just to allow for the notes to sound. And your high E string is open, 1st string is open. And you want to make sure each note has a clear sound to it. So I'd say instead of strumming it, work on playing these notes, these individual notes, one at a time. Now one thing I'd like to point out also, when you first grab a guitar, you first start playing, you learn some chords, probably a G, a D, and a C, and you start strumming it. Which is great, but it's kind of limited. It'll do certain sounds, So what you probably want to do for better control, because it's really hard to control that, is actually I take my pinky, I touch the body of the guitar with it, and then I kind of strum out of that. It'll move. It's not glued on or anything like that. You just kind of, maybe your third finger and pinky finger, you just kind of let it touch, but then out of that I end up getting more control. So some tips. First one is don't play too hard. Don't pick too hard anyway. And or don't fret too hard with these fingers. You only want to put as much pressure as what you need to make that note. So if you're playing like this and it's not making a sound, you want to press a little bit harder, but you don't have to go crazy with it. Like if you do, getting that, it's a little bit awkward, so you're going to want to put it more in the middle of the fret, but only press as hard as you need. Before moving on, I would say learn all 5 of those chords. Even if you need to pause the video right now, maybe go back to the beginning. Learn those 5 chords, because they'll be all over music and they'll be a huge part of your journey. So if you skip anything, it'll turn around and bite you later. So I'd say go ahead and pause it now if you don't know those chords. Practice them, and then once you're done, you feel pretty confident about it, then come back to this lesson.